Happy Friday, everyone. We're back in the Fox 55 studio for yet another fun edition of TinChattin. We don't have many left. The season is winding down. I'm Maggie Castraba. Joined alongside me is none other than Mike Moss, who talks for a living. And Mike, again, like I said, the season is winding down, so I thought we'd reflect on some of the players more recently that have, improved out on the field. We have Tyler Robertson, who finally has come back from injury. We have Kai Murphy, who's heating up. Ethan Salas. So what could you speak about those players?
Let's talk with Tyler Robertson first, because he missed over 2 months with what turned out to be a broken bone in his hand. And since he's come back, and for when you and I chatted via text about what we wanted to talk about, I went back to, he came back on the active list and played on August 15th against Dayton. He played the entire series at Peoria last week. And so far on this current road trip, he's batting .464. That's heading into play on Thursday night. 13 hits and 28 at-bats, which is a .464 average, a far cry from his season average of .273. Now, maybe the time off, he was able not only to get the whole hand healed, maybe he got the mind cleared, got the sight refocused, seeing the ball very well. He is a person that the TinCaps have missed because he brings a lot to the table. He's got speed. He's got versatility because he can play all 3 outfield positions. He's got a very good throwing arm. He can hit the baseball. He can run. I mean, I think he had 10 stolen bases prior to the injury. And he, like Ethan Salas, like Devin Ortiz, and a couple of others that we'll talk about, even though the TinCaps have a below .500 record, they have been most competitive all season long. And these guys, Tyler Robertson and Ortiz and Salas as of late, have had a tendency with coming through with a key hit at a key time of the ball game. And the fact that he's got 13 hits in 7 games, that's not all bad. And he's raised the average up, and he's doing well, and he's healthy again. That's number one. Let's talk about Ethan Salas for a moment, because the youngest player on the team at age 18, at least he's eligible to vote. He can't drink, but he can vote.
Right.
And I say that hopefully in jest. He has really been hitting the ball well as of late. And on the current road trip, 9 for 27 entering play on Thursday night. That's a .333 average. That's opposed to his overall season average of .210. So that's a big improvement. And in this stretch of 9 hits, he's had 4 doubles. He's knocked in a couple of runs. And he's scored a couple of runs. I think he's more relaxed now. The amount of pressure that has been on him all season long, being not only the #1 prospect in the Padre organization, but the #1 catching prospect in all of minor league baseball. That can weigh on anybody. You want to be the #1 sportscaster. I want to be the #1 broadcaster. With it, there's pressure, and
spotlight's on you.
Yeah, and
everyone's looking.
If you make a mistake, the whole world seemingly knows about it. But he's got such a good mind, not only for a baseball player or a catcher, but just as a human athlete. And
to do it so young.
It's
a balancing act, but he's doing it gracefully.
He started in the Futures game this year, prior to the All-Star game down in Texas. Got a hit and played well for 5 innings.
So the season's coming to a close. Let's end on your thoughts of what should they be proud of? What are some takeaways from this season?
Not giving up, #1. After the second full weekend of the season, the TinCaps were in first place. Had just come off winning 4 games in a row against the Dayton Dragons in Dayton. They come home and they lose 9 in a row, and it was all over after that. Fell from first to last in less than a week and have never totally recovered. But and we can talk more about this next week and maybe in our finale in a couple of weeks, a lot of players have continued to give it their best shot. So they need to take pride in the fact that they haven't given up in ball games. They probably have been the most resilient, and I feel, in spite of the one-loss record, most competitive team in the Midwest League. Confident that next year, these players, all the players on this current roster, will go to spring training on a level field. A lot of them may get the chance to start the year at AA San Antonio. Some of them may stay here in Fort Wayne. Some of them may be asked to go back to Lake House. We don't know. Some may be traded, as have a few others this year.
Right.
Have been traded. And so
time will tell.
you just want to finish strong. You want to give it your best shot. Then you want to enjoy the time off that you have at the end of a season, and then get right back into preparation for 2025.
It'll come
And
quick.
that's what these players can be proud of and can look forward to if they want it bad enough.
With